30 base. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, here's Henry. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A first down carry for Henry. And an alley to run. The 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They are going for it. Goff. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands and see how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Nickel Roby brings him down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
This is Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
70, Indy. Hey, Orbit. Yo, go.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. 2nd and 6. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. But now it's 3rd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
From the gun on third down. Bacon, the quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. And McManus able to put it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
Gurley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Off the play fake. Bacon. Aguilar has it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Got it. 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. It's our time. It's our time.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Bacon. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, Big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Back to throw. Bacon. And John Brown's got it complete. Give him 30 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, let's get set.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On first down, it's Gurley. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Value three.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Meanwhile, Goff to Gurley as he drops it off for his running back. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. To throw is gone. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. And he fires one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Go now. 30 base.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by McManus is good. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Come on, fellas.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Goff on first down. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Turnover there as his get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it again with Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. 59, Mike to 59. Don't let him breathe.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bacon. He gets it to Brown, complete. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown, 85 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This pass complete to Reynolds. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Here's Goff. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And some room to run now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Josh Reynolds, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
I'm going to come back to you.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Henry. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Gets around him. John Brown. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Goff. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll get 34 yards there. To the air again. Goff. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bills are going to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills 1st down.
1st down, Buffalo.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Leo. Watch out.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 50, plant. Pilot, 64, weak.
Again, it's Henry. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Protein spill.
To throw on 3rd down. Bacon. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Aaron Donald. In there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, wrong. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Now Goff on first down. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Goff now looks to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Goff. Gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.